Hello, what's going on, everyone? It's Camille Prosperity out of Savannah, Georgia. And in this video, guys, what I want to do is talk to you about me course correcting the purpose of being in my MLM. Now, it's come to my attention that a lot of people do not know what MLM stands for. It stands for multi-level marketing. And that is, that's something that most people think is the same thing as a pyramid scheme. It's not, but I'm not going to get into that. If you want to call it that, that's perfectly fine. This is not the video for you though. But for my people who don't have a problem with MLM, multi-level marketing, listen up, especially if you're in my company, but really if you're in any company. But I just get a lot of people who are in my company regardless of whether or not they're on my team. So let me bring you guys up to snuff real quick. A little bit about my history. Hey, what's going on? Vanessa Fields, Lynn Chisholm, Ree Fordon, and Smurfit is Bond. Thank y'all for joining. Now listen, I have been with my company since 2015. At that time, I was unemployed, and I got into this company, and I saw people that were in this company living life like rock stars. Like when we had a convention, people want their autograph to take pictures with them, and it can get a little intoxicating. So that was what I wanted to be. I was like, yes, I want to walk into the place and people know me. I want a bunch of likes and views. I want the money. I want a huge team. I want all of that. And for a lot of people, that is what they want too. You are sold this promise of getting like a whole bunch of money in a short period of time. Is it possible? Yes. Is it probable? No. No, not for most people. And if you're offended by me saying that, don't be, because I'll ask you this question right now. Do you cut videos? Do you cut videos consistently? Do you get out of your feelings? Do you operate from ego? And I see a lot of people, not just in my company, but in all MLMs, who do those things but still want the paycheck. The math ain't mathin'. Okay? Not to come down on you, but just to be honest and true. Now, I will tell you this for me. I haven't been the most consistent in my business. I've had trials and life has been lifing, right? I've been through bouts of depression. I've been through divorce. I've been through moving to a whole entire new city. I've been all types of things, y'all. All types of things have happened. And so it is hard to stay consistent during those times. So I totally get it. Totally get it. However, what I found in that time where I have still stayed in my MLM despite how bad life was knocking me to and fro. What I found is I've studied the profession, and that's what a lot of people don't do. I've studied the profession, and what I found is that most people quit, and a lot of people are never taught the systems that will actually free them. Give them the time freedom that they're initially sold when they come into this company. So a lot of them are lying to you about living that laptop lifestyle. A lot of them don't even like the teams that they're building. A lot of them have teams that are defunct, or they're talking about titles that they don't even have anymore, or they're talking about things from long ago because ain't nothing new happening, because they're not really talking about systems. So as I really started in my periods of depression, in my periods when I slowed down in my business and I was studying those people who had the things that I thought I wanted, I studied, well, how did they get those things? Now, true to form, they are hard workers, very hard workers. But I started thinking about it and I said, Kim, do you want to work that hard? Do you want to work that hard? Even to get the millions, do you want to drive across town, right? And do home meetings? Do you want to drive 2 hours away and be like, it doesn't matter if there's only 5 people in the room, as long as one signs up? Wait, what? Do you want to run out of your family dinner and take a 3-way call? No, this ain't the 1980s. Do you want to personally talk to everybody who wants to get on your team? Well, no, if I have a machine that's really prospecting as it should, then how would that be possible for me to personally talk to everybody who wants to get on my team? Where's the time freedom in that? So throughout the years, I'm going to be very, 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 very honest with you. The goal of my MLM has changed for me. I'm not enamored with social media anymore, because along with all the likes and followers and people who love you comes a ton of people who hate you. People that talk crap about your parenting, you talk about you as a spouse, talk about this, talk about that. With the big team comes big demands. A lot of people would think that just by paying their smartship, you're supposed to bend over and backwards, because after all, they're making you rich. They have no idea what your check is, many of them. But in their mind, your check is more than their check. So therefore, you should kowtow to them. So not everybody, but too many people. And this is a problem with most MLMs. And on top of that, a lot of times you're not taught true systems that will get you out of this muck and mire, right? So a lot of times when people say, hey, join my team because I have a system, what system? There's the system they're talking about is you calling them on a three-way, or you putting people in a Facebook group where other people probably going to steal your customer or steal your team. That's not a system. That's the same crap y'all been doing. What really was a pivotal point for me, my boy D'Angelo on here, he said, preach. Yeah, this is a conversation that most people won't have with y'all, but I will, because I want y'all to understand what y'all are going to see in the next few hours, days, this weekend for sure. A pivotal point for me was when I went to Steve Larson's event in 2019 in Idaho. Had never been to Idaho before. My grandmother thought I was going to never come back. She was like, I don't know no black people that go to Idaho. And I was like, I don't either, Granny. But I had a great time. Idaho was great. They were great. They loved me, right? But Steve Larson's event was wonderful. And what he is he is a former master funnel hacker for Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels. And he's since left, started his own thing. But Steve Larson has a lot of things going on. He has digital products. He does consulting. He has the conferences. And on top of that, he's in MLM. Now, nobody knows that. You know why? Because he's not the face of his company or his team. He has a whole funnel set up that really is his MLM functions for him as we all want it to function for us. It's just a passive machine that spits out cash that he takes, and then he rolls that cash into other things. And when I found out about that, I was like, ooh, I want that. And so how does he do it? He does it because he has a funnel that filters, right? He has a funnel that filters people that are serious. One of the filtering questions that he has before anybody joins his team is, what is your marketing budget? Now, how many of you have been asked that or have asked that when you joined an MLM, or when people ask you to join an MLM? You know why Steve Larson asked that? Because the way he teaches his people that come on his team is he basically gives them a blueprint to print cash with the vehicle of MLM, and it is completely passive. They set up real systems as in a funnel, and when that funnel is set up, they drive traffic to the funnel with ads. That's why he needs to know your marketing budget. See, that's a totally different conversation than the majority of network marketers, but I like it because I see the results. And when I saw how Steve Larson, and when I found out the company that he was in, I was like, I know another person in that company. She is working her butt off. Now, she's making millions, but every time I see her, she's flying somewhere. Every time I see her, she's doing a Facebook Live. Every time I see her, she's doing something with her team. Every time I see her, she's running around like a chicken with her head cut off. Every time I see her, she's yelling, and it's a lot to take in. So when I looked at Steve Larson, and I looked at her and I said, which one do I want to be like? The truth was, I don't care about the money. Yes, I want the money. But if Steve Larson is making pretty much the same money as her, and he's doing so much less, who do I want to be like? Well, forget the likes and the clicks and the shares and people taking pictures with. I want to be like Steve Larson. Right? So in that moment, at that conference in Idaho in 2019, the goal of me being in my MLM changed. It went from me wanting to build a big team to me wanting to build the right team. It went from me wanting my MLM to be the sole source of my income to Wendy said, bingo, Wendy. It went from me wanting my MLM to be the sole source of all my income to my MLM serving as the seed money for me to fund some other things. Case in point, let's talk about something that happened this week. So this week, I had the first iteration of my text message marketing masterclass. We had about 50 people on with 24 hours notice on a Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. We had a good old funky time. Even though I looked like Tales from the Crypt, I did not have my camera on because I stayed up all night long preparing those 33 slides for y'all. And I'm so happy I did because the feedback was wonderful. There were so many people who were like, I didn't know that you could do all of this. Oh my gosh, you broke it down so simply. I was so honored by the people who showed up. Many people that I admire. And I was like, oh my gosh. You know, I thought certain people were taking the text class just to support, and there were quite a few, but there were some who really truly wanted the information, and they valued it when I delivered it. And I said, hey, this is all that you can do with this simple service. Now, I pay for that text service. What do I pay now? Over $100. I forget exactly what it is. It's over $100 because it rises with the number of subscribers. But let me tell you this. There are some people who are like, okay, Kim, as soon as I get the money, I'm going to get the service because I love the presentation. There are other people who are like, I don't have the money. Boom. That's the person I want in my MLM. I want people who have a vision and a goal outside of, oh, I want to be famous. Oh, I just want a bunch of money. You want a bunch of money for what? What I want is people like me, because this is how I use my MLM. I posted earlier today. I made a $290 sale at like 5 o'clock this morning before I even woke up. Now, that's not a lot of money. However, that is more than 75% of the weekly salary for the VA that I just hired, right? For the VA firm that I just hired. So before I even woke this morning, I had a sale that is going to pay for the majority of the weekly salary for the VA firm that I just contracted. That's what my MLM is for. It is for me to pay for systems, processes, manpower, for me to fund other things that make me way more money with way less effort. You know why? Because the other day, when my son came home from school, we sat on the balcony, we watched the sunset, and we talked while we ate ice cream. Then we came inside and we did a little bit of house cleaning, and I told Alexa, I didn't want to say it too loud because she'll hear me. I told homie, my homegirl, my sister DJ girl over there, to play some 90s R&B music, right? And she played that, and we listened to, Missy Elliott and Michael Jackson and good old oldies while we cleaned the house. And it was so refreshing and it was so nice. Why am I telling you this? Because most MLMers can't do that. Because 24/7, usually they're on a Zoom, they're on a webinar, they're in somebody's inboxes, cold messaging them, one-on-one prospecting them. They're talking on the phone to a customer. They're talking on the phone to somebody on their team like, don't quit, you can do it. Stop that. You're not the water boy. Okay? You're not the water boy. If they don't believe they can do it, then they're not going to do it. Okay, the sun is shifting. Hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on. Because this is creating fun shadows on my face that I don't too much like. I'm too cute for them shadows right now. Let's see how this works out. Let me sashay over here. Yes, that's better, right? So, and I'm telling you this from personal experience. There was a time when I wasn't doing that with my son. Every single day I was listening to personal development. Every single day I was like, let me talk to this person. I don't want to miss that sale. I don't want them to buy from somebody else. I don't want them to join somebody else. I don't want this and that. It was just a constant pressure, right? Because everything was on me. So now what I'm doing in my business, and I only want to work with people who want to do the same exact thing. Okay? Because those are going to be the best people to work with. I no longer want to work with people who make $2,000 on their job working full time, 40 hours a week, 4 weeks out of the month, right? If you make $2,000 in a month working full time, why would you come over here and tell me you want to make $1,000 a week? Right? Working part, you want to make twice as much money in half the time using this video. See, so network marketing is set up for the most part to attract people with the wrong mentality. That's a part of the problem. But the other part of the problem is that the majority, not all, but the majority of network marketers really don't teach you business. They teach you harassing. They teach you hounding. They teach you hustling. I don't want that. I don't even want the internet fame anymore. The majority of people I see who make a lot of money in network marketing, I don't want their life. Just gonna be honest with you. The young lady that I talked about that makes a lot of money in that other company, homegirl ain't got nothing to care for but 2 dogs and a snake plant. I got a whole mini human being, okay? So she can jet set, she can do all of that. I can't. I don't even want to if I could. A lot, not all, because you got to pay attention to this stuff, right? A lot, not all, but a lot of women in MLM that make a lot of money, that are the top earners, a lot, not all, are single. Now, why do you think that is? Or they can't keep a man. Now, why do you think that is? Miles laughing at me. No, these are facts. These are facts. These are facts. So common sense would tell me that if I follow those women, right, I'm not going to get my second husband. My grandmother hates it when I say that. She's like, Kimmy, don't say that. You sound like Elizabeth Taylor or something. Just say next husband. And I'd be like, okay, Granny, I'm not going to get my next husband. Who will be my second husband? I got to keep that lady on her toes, y'all. She laughs with me a lot. But yeah, okay, Wendy says, I remember I was involved in one and they preached, show the plan, show the plan. That is true. And let me tell you something, Wendy, I'm glad you brought that up. I have no problem with STP showing the plan. But how are you showing the plan? In 2022, we shouldn't be showing the plan at Panera Bread, at Waffle House, at Starbucks. You shouldn't be showing the plan one-on-one. How many times can you do that before your kids hate you and your husband leaves you? Not too many. You know how we should be showing the plan? Like this. Like this right here. We should be showing the plan on days that we plan. Hey, this is my day. Dang, I thought I set my thing to silent. I'm sorry. We should be having days in the week that we say, this is when I'm going to batch process content, right? And then we show the plan on a platform like this where we speak to in a one-to-many format. I got Facebook right here. I got Instagram right here. Later on, hopefully my VA will be in place so that I can teach him or her how to upload the Facebook Live to YouTube. See, so this is going to go from the people that I'm talking to right now on Facebook to the people that I'm talking to on Instagram to the people later on that I'm talking to YouTube that will watch it over and over again. That's how you should show the plan, in a way that you are basically like cloned. And people can watch you show the plan even while you're asleep, even while you're dancing with your kids, even while you're whatever. Now, somebody could say, well, Kim, where is your son right now? He's out to dinner with his friends, right? But I have a preteen. He's not going to want to spend time with me for much longer. So it would behoove me to take advantage of the fact that he still loves his mama and still thinks the world of her. So I don't want to be on a 3-way call. And I'm not going to sit up here and convince you, well, that's just using smarts. But a month, you know, I call you a month, I call you a moon, I call you Miles. Tell me how to say your name. But that is just smarts. But a lot of times in MLM, what I see is people are so busy hustling, they can't slow down to speed up. So they can't slow down to think about how to do things in a smarter way versus a harder way. And there's very few people who are doing things like I'm just going to be honest with you. Just incorporating a text message list has greatly changed how I've done my MLM. I initially got it for the MLM. It's grown to so much more than that. However, there are very few people in MLM who would even do something like that because they're like, I ain't going to pay $100 a month. I don't even make it $100 in my business. Well, that should be the first thing you do, right? That should be your first goal in your business. I want to talk to people who have a long-term vision and want to create a system, right? For like really freeing up their time, buying back their time, doing things like creating digital products, but they want to reverse engineer the process and they want somebody to help them. So they want to look at me and say, hey, Kim, I see some things that you've had going on. Will you teach me? Yes, I'll teach you. But we got to use a vehicle because a lot of times people want me to teach them stuff. And I'm like, well, what you going to sell? And they're like, I don't know. Well, come on now, sis. Come on now, bro. If you're not coming to me with something, then we need to get you something. So I only want people right now to join my MLM who want to use it as basically like business boot camp. $100 a month is not a lot. It's a lot if you don't have it, but it's not a lot. With my company, if you sell, on average, if you sell any of our products, you're going to get $20 commission. And that's very loosely. You can actually get more if you know how to buy strategically. But on average, you're going to get $20 per product. So if you need $100 a month for a tech service, that means you only need to sell 5 products in a month, in 30 days. I want people who have that mindset. I want to join an MLM to get seed money for systems and processes that I can put in place to fund other things so I can buy back my time. I don't want people who are going to join and harass their mama and make the grandmama feel bad, cut off all their friends, insult people with jobs. You live in that cubicle lifestyle. Do you know what job means? Just over broke. And all of these things are things that I used to do. I'm embarrassed to say it, but it's the truth. But I no longer want people like that. I don't want people who got 10 Facebook friends and gonna tell me they want to make $10,000 next week because their car about to get repoed and they about to get evicted and they need the money now. And then I say cut a Facebook Live and they say I'm shy. You ain't giving me nothing to work with. So I don't want any more people who want to use MLM as a lottery plan. This is the culprit. This is the phone that's the culprit. But I don't want any more people who are going to use MLM as a lottery plan, as, something where they're going to join and think that they're going to call me in the middle of the night. You my sponsor. Yes, but this is not AA. It's not that deep. No. Your success is still up to you. I'm more like the bumpers at a bowling alley, right? I'm not going to come behind you and caress you and show you form and how to throw the ball. But I'm more like, you got to do the work. You got to pick the ball. You got to throw it. But I'm the bumpers that keep you from falling into the gutter. And that's where I'm going. So I have totally, my MLM, I make good income. But the income is based in retail sales. And now that I've locked arms with my business automation coach and seeing how you can do things like create digital products and literally get thousands of dollars within 24 hours or a week or a month, like people's whole yearly salary. Why would I poke and prod and beg and plead people to do the bare minimum over and over again and preach this message of time freedom when I'm not even spending time with my son? Instead, I'm spending time trying to convince other people to do. It's too much. It's too much. So in the next few days, what you're going to see is you're going to see me come, and I'm in the middle of putting together a process because I have had a lot of people ask to join my team. But you're going to see me basically put together, I'm going to have a series of videos that walk people who say they want to join me. And the videos will be purposefully designed to filter out the wrong people. I'm not going to hold my tongue or be like, oh my gosh, I'm so super fired up and excited. MLMers always say they super fired up and excited. Y'all ain't super fired up and excited all the time. Stop that. Gone are the days where, you can just shower people with flowery words and make all these promises. We would get so much further, faster in our businesses if we just keep it real with people. I got good products. I got a good company. These products make impact in people that are not a part of the company. They're not buying the products to get a rank or to get a commission. They're buying the products because they like them. That's all I need. Once I got that, all I got to do is give you good customer service. And I have a pipeline of loyal customers who will pay me over and over again for the products that they not only need, but also want. More importantly, want. Right? And then I'll take that money and throw it into other systems, processes, manpower. Because I'm not going to stop just at the social media VA. No, I want an executive assistant who later will become my COO. I want a technical VA that will do my graphics, my banners, my video editing eventually. You got to have a vision, right? Write the vision, make it plain so that he who sees it will run. Most of y'all are not running toward nothing because you haven't written the vision or made it plain. I got a vision. You think I'm stopping at this one VA? Heck no. I want to get my life so automated, like I'm going to be the female Derek Harper up in this piece. Y'all going to see me and think y'all seeing me, and they ain't going to meet me. I'm going to work myself completely off of social media, so much so that y'all going to think I'm Dave Chappelle's neighbor. And me and my son and my second husband, we just going to be out somewhere chilling with the millions. Not running around here talking about, you cannot hustle me. Girl, bye. Ain't nobody trying to. Ain't nobody trying to. So I strongly encourage y'all, if you are a part of an MLM, what is your vision? Because I'm telling you, for most of you, the dream that you were sold is a nightmare. And unless you get clear on what you want from that MLM, you are going to think it's a pyramid scheme. But that's on you, boo, because that's how you're functioning and running your business. I love my company. This company helped me pay for my divorce lawyer. It's helped me pay for these courses and these mentorships that gave me that vision. This company is the seed money for the other things that I'm going to do that's ultimately going to buy me the time freedom. But just because you came into something thinking that it was going to be one thing, if you see that it ain't working out that way, you better be like Frozen and let it go. Not saying you have to let the vehicle go, but let that vision that you initially had go. It's nothing wrong with pivoting your goals. Nothing wrong with pivoting your goals. Okay? So y'all stay tuned, because as I cut these series of videos, you're going to see I'm literally going to, anybody who messages me, I'm not going to sit on the phone with you and answer all your questions. Hey, Kim, I just want to get on the phone with you to see if you're a real person. Man, what you think I'm a hologram? If you don't think I'm a real person, girl, don't worry about it. But no longer will I be, hey, yes, it's me. Oh, I sound like myself. That's because I'm me. Yes. Not to say that y'all are boring, but I just no longer, y'all laughing at me. I just no longer want to do that and tell my son to wait to prove to you that I'm a real person. And 99% of the time, that person quits next month anyway. You know why? Because they're like, I tried it for a month. I ain't made no money, so I'm out. And you're like, what? I sat on the phone with you for 30 minutes proving I was a real person. Y'all, let me tell you something. Just like in dating, you need to have some filters. You need to filter fast because there's a lot of fools out here. And you don't want to waste your time. The right people will have no problem with your process. The right people will have no problem with your process. And now when you get your money, you can enjoy it. All right? So stay tuned in the next few days and you'll see exactly what I'm saying about how I'm going to structure my recruitment process for people that are serious about doing what I do. And I'm going to be very, very strict. Who I want, who I don't want, all of these are going to be individual videos. They'll be unlisted on my YouTube channel, and each person will be able to see exactly what videos are available. If they've already seen my story and they don't need to know if I have a personal relationship with the products, fine. I'm going to let them know. Here's the link to go to the videos that you need to watch. If you want me to explain the comp plan, if you want me to explain this, that, third, I'm literally going to have it so that they can click short videos and walk themselves through everything they need to know to get started and sign up. And then I'll talk to you on the other side once you've signed up. If you cannot do that on your own, if you're not self-sufficient enough to do that on your own, then it's okay, but we're not a good fit. And that's how I'm going to filter the right people for where I am at this stage in my business, at this stage in my life, because it's important that you understand it. And some people could say, well, Kim, that's not cool because in MLM, everybody's welcome and everybody should have access to you. Anybody who's saying that most likely hasn't built a large team or dealt with a lot of people. If you're only one person and you want to stop and drop and roll every time somebody wants you to, like I said, your family's going to hate you and your husband and wife they're going to leave you. Just keeping it real. Okay? So, hey, what's going on, Coach? Coach, by the way, Coach Anderson is the only person in the history of my team that I've done a 3-way call with that it's worked out with. He's the only, and he didn't even want to do the 3-way call with me. He was like, what am I doing this for? But I'm not saying that you don't have to have any interaction with that person. I'm just saying it doesn't have to be a 3-way call. It can be a 3-way chat, which is a lot more time efficient. So guys, do not be afraid to put standards on your business. You do not want to be that person who has been doing MLM for 20 years and you're still only making $100 a month. You think people don't know that? They're seeing no growth in your life. They're seeing no change in you, but you're still out here selling the dream. Don't do that. When you see things ain't working out the way you want, not just for you, but also for your family, pivot. You don't have to leave your company. If it's a great company and you like the products, stay. But learn how to work that comp plan your way, baby, and pivot. Pivot them goals. So I will talk to y'all later. What time is it? I think I got Mr. Harper at 8 o'clock, the mentorship. Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do all the things that pay me. Yes, cha-ching. Where's my cha-ching button? Y'all know I got a money building. But anyway, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.